Let's see. Testing. Ah, there it goes. Yeah, sorry about that. And by the way, welcome to my video here. My name is StudentCraft117. In the last video about the Misfit. Well, yet then it was a car roll review. Yet then what I had was a very good auto rifle, but yet then I went kind of like maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks without posting. But then although I went kind of busy about leveling up. And by the way, it's actually quite natural to try to go a level up. Yeah, but yet I found some really good rolls, and what mods it also drops with, also the masterwork. So this one right here is Trust. With it, you call only get it for, I think it was Yeah, you only get it for Gambit, and yet the rolls on it is not too bad. It's kind of like mini last word with the hipfire grip and the freehand grip. I'll pretty much show that. But how does the Crucible is not too shabby. But if it could have full auto on this one right here, since full auto is supposed to appear in this trait block right here, then it could have been a last word. But it also came in with a nice bonus to masterwork. So I'm not really complaining not too much about it. And then right here is just the Misfit. But then what I did, I happened to found another one with stability. And also got the same 2 traits, and also got the better sights for it. So yeah, it's actually pretty good. The stability right now is like at 68, as they're shown from the stats from the item manager. And also place it on with counterbalance stock. I bought it just from yesterday from the gunsmith. And it gives off plus 15 recoil direction for anybody who wants to know the recoil direction. How much does it add on to reduce the recoil? And it does pretty much a good job. And there's this but's got here randomly. There's a steel syllable, yet then it's not really the greatest roll I ever found. But it's entirely a decent roll, but I'm pretty much gonna fuse it to. Yeah, so the crook fang here, yet then what I have here is pretty much a boss killer for this one. Now yet it's not too bad running around with either hammer forge or small bore, ionized battery, or liquid coils, and liquid coils damaging bosses. Now yet then I also kind of like it better. It's unique. It's from the dragonfly, and yet that you could just snipe things out, and yet it'll be an indicator that you end up shooting them in the head when they explode. Then I got here for both PvE and PvP is yet no, it's the Rentile FR4. It's a high impact. This fusion rifle. It came out with a bonus of masterwork at tier 5 originally. Didn't really upgrade or anything. But it also came in with Taken spec. I don't know yet where Taken spec is supposed to drop from. But yet, it's actually kind of a nice bonus to actually have around to use against Taken. Does a really good job about taking them down. And the bonuses it gains is from under pressure, then high impact reserves. Which is absolutely a killer. And yet, it's really a very good thing to actually get accuracy and damage at the end of the magazine. Clearly when you're in the Crucible from 2 shots. Because when you hit down to 2 shots, then that's when these 2 perks starts to actually start handshaking each other. Increased ability accuracy along with damage. and yet you pretty much just one-shot people at a certain distance, even longer ranges. And yet, not so long ago, I finally got what I wanted. It's the Whisper Worm. Yet then, I will now try to go in with the raids without just looking like an idiot with the sleeper. Although the sleeper simulator is actually pretty good. It's right now just on the catalyst progress. Yet then, already done it for this week. And yet then, if anybody's seen the first video, well, yet then, I explained that I don't really have to whisper. But yet then, and also I have pretty much a couple more views, so yet, it's a Gambit primary shotgun. Uh, the Parcel Stardust, yet then it came out with a very good, yeah, stats and roll for it. Yet then I absolutely love it. So it came in with small bore, corkscrew just to get a little bit more handling, but yet the handling is actually pretty decent. It's actually really good. So I just go with small bore just to get a little bit more range and stability. Then it either comes in with apprehended magazine, goes to 7, but it's at 90 RPM, or assault mag just leaves like one shell, but have 100 RPMs. And yet, whenever you have assault mag on a shotgun that's not a full auto, it kind of turns it somewhat like a semi-auto shotgun. So I would not really complain about that. But yet, what tops off the cake is opening shots. And yet, then just to chew off a little bit more range or make it much more effective on the first shot. And then Rampage. And yet, this shotgun could absolutely tear you up. And yet, it's just a beast for what it does. Then here, yet then I earlier had gotten Nameless Midnight. Yet then it's a very good, decent roll. Still got the explosive payload, like we all remember from Destiny 2 Year 1. Yes, it's got rifle scope, clean shot IS, red dot. And then it's got alloy and extended mag. And its extended mag goes to 19, which is actually not too bad, but the reload speed is also quite magazine, so whenever I clear the entire magazine, it gets slightly faster reload. Then I love how the sim moment is, since the stability isn't all the greatest. Yeah, so then sim mode absolutely helps out, and it literally becomes a very smooth firing scout rifle. It's almost kind of like the Polaris Lance, except slightly faster. Now, yet I also got several other roles, yet then I was sitting on the other characters. Now, like I'd be jumping into the Crucible at first, because yet then I've been messing around with a hand cannon. And we might be doing like a game or two. Win or lose in the situation, don't really care. And yet then I ended up getting a Better Devils and God roll dropping. It dropped as a tier 7 range originally, yet then I decided to masterwork it all the way through. And yet then all the rolls here is yet then it's actually very good. And the sights here, we got fast draw, hit mark, steady hand. Then we got drop mag or extended mag. Extended mag, I'm not really too much of a big fan, but drop mag is actually pretty good. But although you may waste your ammo really quickly, but in the Crucible it's not really too much of the case. Then you end up getting rangefinder and explosive payload, and yet it absolutely just get people out in ridiculous ranges. It's almost like having the Nameless Midnight in your hands. Except a little bit much more shorter range, but you still get people in unsuspected ranges. Then it also came in with targeting adjuster. Yeah, then grain spatter target acquisition is a +5 from the stats, so its target acquisition now is at 75. Its original it's originally at 70 from the target acquisition, or which is yet then a lot of people know it as aim assist. But yet then overall, yet then this hand cannon is pretty good. Yet then it's pretty sticky to the head. Yeah, although sometimes it may get you a little bit pretty much in trouble sometimes from the aim assist, since it's gonna tend to follow others. You know, when there's others just jumping around you or stuff. Whenever you're set to have high aim assist. Yeah, it's only a downside to it, but overall, yet then it's actually very godly in general. Now you have to what to do. Yet then I use a foe tracer, and yet then I will always run it, because yet then it marks your target enemies, so yet then I can able to see where they're going. And yet, although it's not really too much of a case, but yet then foe tracer, I started seeing it pretty much like being used a little bit more often now, ever since people couldn't get the wallcat bow, which is the wish ender other stuff that people couldn't get the new stuff. I do know that very few did. Yeah, but and also that using this in a crucible from the moving target, really kind of pays off and having increased movement speed. And yet I was able to get really crispy snipes with it. And sniping with sniper rifles. But except for PvE, yet then that's when it's just kind of okay. But in Crucible, yet then there's a lot of people who usually jump around too fast, or you get somebody just ganging up on you from a far distance. Yeah, and yeah, it's a runaway every time. Yet then I just kind of suck about sniping. But yeah, sniping with scout rifles is actually pretty darn easy. The crook thing, yet then you just treat it like a scout rifle in the fusion, and you have no problem. And the sights is actually pretty low zoom, so that's just absolutely fine, okay. And yet then later on we might be just jumping onto a next character. And I might need to concentrate, so enjoy the gameplay.
Nothing complicated here. Defend your allies and defeat your opponents.
That's why I love playing on live videos.
Keep this up and the battle is yours. Five minutes. Minutes. That shut them down. only 1 minute left. Seconds. 10 seconds. A victory well executed. You've got some fight in you. Good.
Okay. It's not bad of a game at all. Except there's some unfair moments. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's still with the fist of panic. There's okay. But now for the PvE stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna, just gonna go on purposely. Go to the settings and go to data type to change it by setting it up annually. This because anyways, it still happened to be a thing still that you could just spawn in there by yourself or with your friends if they're set to the same time of date. And let's make it more realistic. And okay, set it to where I need to go. Now it's gonna go down to Siren's Watch. And yet, hopefully the Walker event is gonna be taking place. And it's absolutely my favorite event. It's yet it's like what else would be much more fun than tasting out the weapons. Yeah. So yeah, and also that the Ace of Spades yet it's been going around. I used to see it everywhere. It pretty much still is, but I think it's kind of died down just a little bit. I think nobody don't really use the Ace of Spades too much anymore. It's yeah, still don't really have too much. I don't even have a good heavy. Just kind of hope it's gonna be there. Let's see where it's at right now. Yeah. Won't mind for that. Yep. Let's see, I think I might pop a consumable. I think I'll pop a fire team medallion. Park and run. Yeah, I just don't really like gambit shells. Because who really needs it if you got the star map? Because then with the star map, it just increase glimmer gain universally. So that I just love about it. You could even use it just anywhere on the system. It'll detect chests. It even detects some materials that's around. Yeah, it allows you to get much more glimmer. And yet it could be anywhere in general during public events, pretty much anywhere with glimmer increase. Love this hand cannon. It's like the minute last word, but especially the full auto out of this kind of sucks. Although they could do it well in Crucible, but yeah, I do have a second one that is actually much better. It has the Zen moment and triple tap. I don't know if I still have it. Yeah, but it was actually a pretty good roll. Let's see, a minute. Okay, still got a minute to spare. And yet, then, like the, and yet then there's some of the mods that you should able to look out for the boss spec, because it allows you to increase damage against bosses and vehicles, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows about it, but yet whenever the gunsmith carries it or you see one on the gun, it's like if it's got a good roll, 2 damage, keep it. Not then just metal it, just put onto a good weapon. You know that damages the living crap out of bosses, so you could just damage them even more. I think it's pretty much like a 15%, 10% more damage, which is not bad at all. But then I really don't know too much about some of the bonus, since yet then it won't tell you physically. From the Bungie item management.
I'm reading signs
companion.
of hive ritual activity, Guardian. Up for it? You've handled this before.
They must really love this spot.
The hive do require precise conditions for their rituals.
I thought that was my shotgun. Yeah, it's like, I remember just going around riding this solo. There it goes. And bam, it's down to 2 shots. It's not bad. One down.
Portal destabilized. Ready?
be around somewhere. Shit, that's a lot of trolls. There you go, star. Yeah, so kind of some other ways I kind of like increased melee on hunters, but some other ways I don't, because it won't let me use my ability kills, my ability melee sometimes. I think I should have swapped to an auto rifle. I think I set down a lot more better with an auto rifle than cannon. Could have done this really quickly.
Another day, another night.
Another demoralizing defeat for the Hive.
So,
I've lost
yeah,
count of
it's
your
not,
victories, but I
not
know
really all
there
that
will be
bad.
many more.
But yeah, I think I should have done it with an auto rifle. Or probably would have done Ace's Page just to clear out the draws and pretty much gain the extra damage. It does a pretty much a good job about DPSing the boss. Well, not too entirely, but it does some damage pretty good. So yeah, it's actually pretty good. Ooh, scavengers. And a high value target. What do I know? Never even noticed that it's gonna be like this. I remember several times that it caused like a quadruple event. It's pretty much like the event, the public event, and the scavenging, then a high value. Then there's another high value, which is the night. Which is the others, the captain. I remember having all of those happening at the same time, which is one of the thousands mainly to actually get this to happen. Just getting a ton of loot, but in the game most likely to be gunsmith materials. And unless you indicate something good out of it, if you're pretty much lucky. Yep. Yep. It's like what I expected. There should be one. It's gonna happen. Stepped out of the way. Just gonna love the shotgun. Just don't leave it at home. It's down and vaporized.
Guardian, the Fallen are bringing in their armory. Again.
I wonder
You'd
if
think
I
they'd
should
know
just
better
do
by
a
now.
heroic or just melt the tank immediately. It's always been pretty fun.
Look at those caches. They never learn.
Then teach them a new lesson.
Hey, hip fire with that. It's actually pretty accurate for hip fire. Let's see. Tank is there, and then soloing by yourself. Although you're a high light level. Maybe a little bit under level. Really gotta renew the rifle. You just break it. Oh, that was not a good guess. It's not bad for a shotgun. Yeah, 2,000 per hit.
Bagged another walker. What are we up to, Sloan? 16? 60?
I stopped counting some time back. You keep racking them up.
Yep, so that's pretty much it. Let's see. So maybe I should just go down to the tower since yeah, I've been carrying a prime engram around. I didn't know I also got one in the mail or in the postmaster, yet to wherever you prefer. I usually call the postmaster in the mail. So yeah, see what's in the mailbox. Cause I do know I got one in the postmaster, but yet, like what Bungie said, that yet if you're getting too much prime engrams, pretty much just cash them in all at once, then yet, you're pretty much gonna be locked out for the next 2 or 3 weeks, because the game think you're already up there, when you may not be, or maybe. Maybe if you are up there, yet indicating it that wouldn't be too bad if you're at 600 or in the 560s, 80s. It's just not even too bad. Except if you're down at a low light level, like right where I'm at, then yeah, using the exploit and get locked out, it just pretty much sucks. But if you allow the prime, you're gonna go to the postmaster or the mail, and it's just only one, then it's not really that bad. It's really not going to do anything. You allow just several then just being stacked up in the postmaster, then you're just pretty much gonna have yourself have an engram ban. Let's see, can I get any higher? Let's see, 508. That's not bad. I even started to notice that there will be blues starting to set higher. I guess that mainly soon after you get past the soft cap, then that's when you start to get higher than normal. Blue rarity. Yet, which is always quite noticeable. Ever since when you start getting past the soft cap. But like if you haven't really get past the soft cap or just barely at the soft cap, then you're not gonna really notice too much of a difference. Occasionally you might get like a 501, 502, that's it. If you're down into the 500s or in a high 400s. But getting past higher than that, then that's when you start to notice that you get higher than usual. Yes, I'm not able to do that. I really don't go often to lost sectors. I just better just used to just going around grinding. I was supposed to be in the tower. Yeah, so I wonder what's for the next reset, because yet I actually want to buy all the exotic ornaments. I only got like the Prospector's Belvedere ornament, and I think it was the Harlight's ornament that I got as a weapon ornament, and the Wish Ender's ornament, which is yet something I don't really ever have. Let's see if there's any more. No. Gambit. Okay. So what I just got? Hey, cat and cadoodle. Caboodle. It's actually it's not bad of a emblem. Actually kinda like it. So yeah, it's like ever since I swapped my date and time, you could even be there in the tower by yourself.
Welcome to the all-new
And yeah, if you have anybody join in and you're still the host, then nobody won't ever join in by public. It'll be just you and your friends or clanmates.
Checking. Done. Good luck.
Okay.
Good luck.
Okay,
All
Eververse,
goods
what
for
do you
trade.
have for me?
Take a look.
Regular scripts. Oh, I don't. Oh, I thought I had it. Actually, I wanted the Heartlight. It's kind of like a dreamy city theme. Uh, yeah, which is not bad looking ornament. I still prefer the chrome one since the chrome highlight absolutely look better. See, let's go to exotic because I think I also have like another ornament. I'm thinking it's sitting there in the power or energy. Let's see, Trinity Ghoul, Wave Splitter, or Wolves, no. Yeah, Cerberus. Now, where is it? Huh. Looks like they hit it, and looks like they hit it once again. Let's see, nothing much changed. Yeah, this is the one I got. Yeah, this is the wish. Yeah, this is the wish ender. Yeah, equip this weapon ornament to change the appearance of wish ender. Yeah, which yet so I was actually very surprised to get it, but yet problem
Thank
is
you for shopping at
I don't have it
Eververse.
yet. It's actually kind of funny.
Perhaps a barter is warranted.
Okay, let's see, what's the primary gun? Misfit. My favorite gun. Reload speed for this one. Light mag. Yeah, it does stock. That's actually a very good sight. It does go, so it has both two good sights. Ricochet rounds. Grave Robber. I even forgotten that Grave Robber is also a bit buffed. It's actually pretty decent still. Melee kills reloads portion of the weapon's magazine, grants ammo for primary ammo weapons, reloads reserves for special and heavy ammo weapons. So yeah, it's just basically that if you're melee, then you reload the whole entire reserve. The moving target, that's not bad. It's got radar tuner, not the best mod. Because yet then you still aim down the sights and yet the radar will not be present. Wish it could have been just like the third eye. But let's see at 529. I think I'll keep it for fusion. Or might as well fusion right now. Because anyways, if you get two of the same type, then yet then it's pretty much cheaper to dismantle fusion. Yeah, pretty after I hit the gunsmith, I get whatever I want.
Did you show the darkness what light can do?
Yeah, then I'll be at the end of the video. Let's see what I got. Submachine gun dexterity, primary ammo finder, rocket launcher. It's not bad, not bad. Light arms, heavy ammo finder, mental transfer.
Be safe out there, Guardian.
What brings you here this time?
And
Let's get started.
yeah, like I said about to go to my other characters, but then I think I might review it later. then I think it has not refreshed yet. Yet then on this, if you have a pickup counterbalance stock and if you're going to really refresh, then make sure to go and pick it up. It's just not bad for what you get. You'll absolutely notice the recoil, especially when you put onto precision weapons. That it'll be a much more smoother on the recoil. Suitable climbing. Where am I gonna get this time? Compact arrow shaft, ooh, 70. Next extreme accuracy. Oh, that's not bad of a bow at all. It fires sneak bow, freehand. This all turns into like almost kind of like a all-purpose. Well, maybe not. It's not bad. Oh, this just wraps it up. And then be posted up another video within a couple hours, so you can stay tuned.
Every little bit helps. Trust me.
And see you all later. Goodbye. See you.